This is one of those. Saber goes to bed, wakes up in the middle of the night, can't go back to bed, doesn't know what to do, so he's just gonna make a YouTube video, alright? So I know we've been kind of lacking content recently, and I think I was digging through my videos on stream and figuring out what content that people seem to be watching the most. And it turns out that some of the videos where it's just one replay and I'm going over the whole replay seem to be really popular. So I think we're gonna try and do some more of these. But yeah, I just wanted to show you this game in particular, where the game, I'm gonna be honest, I just ended the game away. You're gonna see some really ugly gameplay, right? But it's gonna be an exercise, not in you know, just because you play bad, it doesn't mean you have to play bad the whole game, right? Like, just because you play bad early game doesn't mean you have to play bad the whole game. So this game is pretty much a disaster in the first 10 minutes from what I recall, okay? And actually, if you want to see the OPGG, this is the game here. We end up 11-3 and 13. Wow, it looks like we just really popped off. But yeah, you're gonna see that's not really the case the first however minutes, okay? So we're going to kind of fast forward things a little bit. And just watch some of the landing phase here. We have Vayne and Thresh versus Twitch and Sona. We have Zach, sorry, not Zach support, Zach Jungle. Sorry, I misspoke. And the enemy team has, we're at 211 here. Enemy team has Kha'Zix. Okay, so Bojang is probably going to be liking to farm quite a bit, and the comeback part actually happens, of course. After big disasters happen in lane. So I'm going to show you the big disasters that happen in lane, all right? But let's go through the laning phase real quick. Here you see me backing off because they're hitting level 2 first, right? You cannot contest, as is often the case with supports that aren't too useful level 1. Then usually you can't really contest the wave if you guys both get the lane at the same time. Right? It's really strange. Something happened top. It was just like people dying or something. So you just happily farm, right? If you're wondering how you play these lanes out, you like, for example, what do you do if you have a Sona seems so useless versus a Thresh? Well, you want to play to your strengths, right? What are your lane strengths? The ability to trade, right? Sona can press Q, can press W. So we're going to, some people call it HP chip. I really just say it's just trading, right? We're going to try and trade as much as possible, right? And if you take a look at this particular example, you can say like, trading in this spot is pretty good because we're as close to our tower as possible, right? They can't really turn this into an all-in since there's no real flash flay chances here. Maybe like random hook chances, sure, but we can attempt to fight them on the minions. If you want to talk about like how we can dodge stuff, we can just rewind a little bit, and here you just watch the Thresh, and then you pre-place a spot you want to dodge. So if you watch my mouse here, right? If you watch my mouse here, right, you're gonna see that when I think he's gonna throw the hook, I'm ready to pre-place. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna dodge that. This is you can start doing like guessing games or whatever if you're the guy throwing hooks, but usually most players will keep running in the straight line. So you hook in a straight line, and then good players will start dodging down. So you just hook behind them, and then once you get a measure of what they're doing, then you just go straight again, right? So it just becomes a mind game. But I just dodge down here as a nice default. Be careful though if you're higher elo. That's probably gonna get you if you're not careful. Especially the challenger LCS supporters probably like to go for the dodge hooks. You know what I'm saying? Where they assume you're gonna dodge, right? So in lanes like this, one thing to note is, of course, enemy ADC's health and your minions here, right? So this is a great example of hook is not necessarily default winning, right? So what I mean by that is we can talk about like 2v2 lane ideas real quick. So in this example, you would assume like, oh, hook is just automatically losing. Right, isn't that the point of Thresh lanes? You want to hook and then flay and ignite and all in and all that kind of stuff. You want to catch them, right? We explained in our 2v2 bot lane laning video, laning guide, whatever. You categorize our supports and we say, okay, these supports want to do this and these supports want to do that, right? So Sona wants to like trade and whittle them down, and then Thresh needs to like land hook or find Flay all in or something like that. So why isn't this losing? Why isn't this losing? Right? I mean, I'm gonna give you spoilers. It's not losing, right? So part of it is because the hook part, which is Thresh's job, is going to be winning when the ADC can follow up. Right? So what do you mean by that? Well, by default, a lot of ADCs can just naturally follow up. Like if you're playing Caitlyn, you just press Q, right? Or press trap, or whatever ADC you can come up with, the way they do damage, they can do that, right? On a hook, hopefully, right? In this case, it's looking less likely because Vayne's health here, right? Because Sona and I are just going to turn on Vayne, and let's say Vayne has literally 100 health, well, this hook is no longer winning, right? So we're kind of nearing the point where Vayne has not enough health to do this. Plus, we have all these range minions, so we have an easy retreat if they try and chase us. So if you watch this, we're just immediately Kyo and all in Vayne, right? And you can see that it is just clearly winning. She has the Giga run. In fact, if when in doubt, you just start kiting, right? So let me back it up a bit. So when in doubt, you just start kiting like this, and it's very hard for her to chase into your range minions, right? Because then she's just gonna start taking range minions and your support. And then you just come back and turn around and hit her again, right? When it's available. So I think in this lane, the only reason why I wasn't just Giga winning is because Sona just kind of dies here and also gets the Vayne kill, which is a little unfortunate. But it could be worse, right? It could be worse. It should have been a lot better than it was. But that's just because I think we have a Sona here, right? So we end up getting the Thresh Flash. If you want to talk about this lane positioning, if you're paying attention to the map, there's something happening mid. So we can push this in. Right? Oh, you're actually about to see a big int here. Holy shit. So of course, oh my god. Okay, I can explain, but it's not a good explanation. Oh my god, what am I doing? Okay, wow. Okay, wow. Wow. Okay, so yeah, I lost my mind this game, I guess. Okay, so obviously, if you're curious what I was going for, Twitch, I was practicing Twitch, okay? So this is limit testing. Twitch poison lasts 6 seconds, right? So if you look at my cooldown on my E, it's 7 seconds left. So a nice trick is if you can auto attack them when it says 6, you can get the second 6-stack expunge. But it expired. It expired when I flashed it. It was just really grief, right? And then since I got two autos, I was like, oh, the third one's gonna kill him. They're just running into tower. Okay, so one thing to note about dying bot lane. This is gonna be really important to know. Okay. One important thing to know about, is this worth dying for bot lane, is, are you losing XP and gold from the wave? Okay, so what I mean by that is, let's say I flash in to kill this Thresh and I die here to the jungler or something. Is this worth, based off the way this wave is going? And the answer is no, because the wave's in an awful spot since it's pushing towards them. Right? So by the time I spawn and get back to lane, I will have lost 2 waves, potentially, right? So if you watch this, this is exactly what I do. I just run it down straight up. You know, we just call this limit testing. You see the wave is so doomed, right? In fact, we're going to lose a cannon wave, which I could have pushed in for free since we saw the jungle mid, right? And top has no TP, is Teemo. And we're going to lose the next one because the wave didn't crash, right? You see where this is going, right? So all of a sudden, Vayne is getting all this solo XP and farm. So this is where the Giga Int comes into play, and where we will have to make our comeback. Okay, so this is just a setup to show you guys an example of what to not do. Okay, so if you're questioning, oh, is this worth or not? A lot of times it's dependent on how the wave is, right? And if you gave up kills to the jungler, right? So here we're like, okay, let's stop this guy from doing the crab. You can note that we have no mid laner, but since they are freezing bot, this is our time to actively look for something, right? So we are actively looking to help our Zac here. I mean, this guy is just inting or what, right? It's just really unlucky that damn, he gets the lantern out. See, okay, so I mean, a lot of this early game is kind of unfortunate because we have a champion who's scaling, who can't really make many proactive moves in the early game. And well, would you know that this champion also is very similar in that regard, right? So yeah, we can't actually, you know, actually this guy too, right? So we're just scaling, I guess, right? So even though we caught the jungler by himself, we was unable to finish the job, but it was the right look. While they were freezing, is kind of your opportunity to go do something, because you can't really break that freeze by yourself. What are you gonna do? Walk up with Twitch Sona into Vayne Threshly? This is impossible, right? Okay, so this is actually another thing we need to talk about, because like I said, if it's impossible and you try to hit the minions, what do you think is gonna happen? Right? Remember when we were talking about trading and this minion line was so good because they can't all in us, right? Without like flash flay or whatever. I mean, we know how Thresh has no flash here, but it was relatively safe because we were near our tower. We're gonna retreat against an all-in type of lane. Flay is losing here, right? You get flayed, you die. They don't even need a land hook. They just need a flay and auto attacking, you're just done. So in this case, if the wave is pushing towards you and you cannot contest the wave because they're just gonna all in you or catch you with a blitz hook or something, it's fine to not contest the wave and just lose gracefully. What do you mean by that is, instead of contesting wave and looking for more, like maybe we are trying to apply pressure, trying to help our team in the river or whatever, we just sit at the fucking tower and just AFK and just make sure we're not dying, because we're not losing minions here, right? We're not losing minions here because it's pushing towards us, right? So the best thing we have to hope for is, play to not get dove, essentially, right? So you see how, on this first wave, obviously, there's just nothing we can do here. Our jungle at top side, mid's getting pushed in. I mean, Karthus has ulti, right? And just beyond that, our lane state is just awful. We just need to wait at the tower and let it push in, because you're not losing minions. When they have minions, they're looking to fight because they can't really, the minion advantage will make it so that they can retreat past the minions. It's really hard for us to press our advantage. As you saw back here, we had a ton of range minions, right? They hooked me, we turned on Vayne, and then I kited into the range minions until they had to run away, and then we just chased them to kill them, right? So in this case, it would be the same thing, except that Sona and I aren't even chasing them, we're just gonna die, right? Okay, so usually this is just a warning sign of they have a shit ton of minions, they're gonna force a fight. You really should just lose lane gracefully, right? Just lose lane gracefully, because if this happens, you might not have died, right? Although they obviously should have killed us. They just really griefed it. They did not play this correctly, right? They really should have killed us here. The reason why it's really important to just not lose something here, because everything you do here is losing. There's no way to win this. I don't know how you're supposed to trade with Sona without them flaying you, right? Then what do you think is going to happen here? Like, okay, I haven't made this. I did not release this video, but when you see that the enemy jungle is missing and your jungle is topside and your mid's getting pushed in, of course, Karthus is probably not going to run bot, but it could be a 4-man. Karthus ulti is on. Kha'Zix is going to dive. So remember what we said about you dying bot? Worth, not worth, whatever, is based off the minions and how much minions you're losing. Yeah, this is like 3 waves worth of XP and gold that you're not catching here. And the fact that we have the base here is so bad. It's so bad you cancel base, you start doing some stupid shit. It is so bad, okay? This is why you need to avoid all this random bullshit in the first place, right? Don't flash. And int when the wave is really bad, that's pushing towards them, you're going to lose a ton. Don't int when the wave is pushing towards you and you guys can't contest the wave, right? Otherwise, this is gonna happen, and in fact, you really cannot get the XP. Like, I need the XP, dude. I need the XP. Now you're just gonna die. Like, you fucked up so bad. This is just doomed no matter what. Like I said, Karthus ulti's coming. We're getting dove. Anything is winning for them here. They can 2v2 dive us. Our team is not bailing us out here, right? There's just no way, dude. There is not a chance, dude. Like, it almost doesn't matter how they play this, right? We just automatically lose all of this, right? And you could say like, oh, Aatrox should have TP'd. He could pick up all 3 waves. Like, it's not happening in solo queue, dude. Like, it's honestly just, even if it's the correct move, you should just not fuck up your lane so badly that you need this. Okay, so this is where the meat of the video comes into play. Okay, somehow this game is open mid already, right? At 7 minutes, it's bot lane's unplayable. You all know what happens when you've seen this movie before. They're literally just gonna chain kill you over and over and over and over again. And if they don't chain kill you, they push you in, support roams mid, they kill mid, they do dragon, start stacking dragon. You guys have seen this movie So many times. That's why you guys are always like, how do I deal with Thresh? How do I deal with Blitz? How do I deal with Leona? Because these champions can just fucking run at you when guys are just getting dumpstered, right? So let me show you kind of what the strategy is here. So here we saw that they had low resources. We need to shove this wave in, guys, because if we slow push this wave and try and push in the next wave, they will just fight us in the middle of 2 waves and win anyways, right? Because we have nothing going for us. So you see what we're doing here? I'm level 4, guys. I'm level 4 and base level 6. Yo, it's actually so doomed. It's like reportable, okay? So what's the strategy here? One thing you guys might not know is called the lane swap, the full swap, some might call it, right? And I mean, obviously you guys have heard of lane swaps, like, oh, okay, you just go to another lane. Now I'm talking about Rift Herald lane swap. What's the point of this? Look at the item difference. It's so massive. This game is actually over if you go bot, you just FF. You might as well just FF if you go bot here, right? There's nothing you can do. They actually dive you. Now, before they couldn't slow push into insta dive you, right? You had some winning chances. Now they're gonna slow push into insta dive you. You guys have no way to outplay, right? Another reason we couldn't defend the dive is because we tried to contest the wave and Thresh flayed us, right? So here's what you call the full swap, right? We got our fucking support over here, but basically, you know that the Vayne is gonna stay bot and just keep pushing, right? So the strategy is you have 5 people to stay, you know, your mid laner is mid, your top laner is top, and bot swaps to help do Rift Herald. And we fight with a man advantage, right? In this side of the map while the ADC is down here, right? The support is assumingly roaming to help. But if the support doesn't roam, it's even better. 5v3, let's go, right? And once you get the Rift Herald, then you use this to knock down top, right? And then while this is happening, they usually do the dragon, right? So we are trading the dragon and the Rift Herald, and we're also trading both towers, okay? And the reason why this is kind of makes sense / works is because we're getting something where we should be getting nothing. Okay, so here they do the dragon, right? That's expected. He goes bot side because it's giga insane. Their bot side is giga winning. And think about it this way, okay? So what would happen if we don't do the swap? Let me just play the video. If we don't do the swap, we're gonna be bot. We can't farm. We can't contest the wave. We're getting dove. We're not getting anything, and they still can't do Rift Herald. Versus you just forfeit the bot waves anyways because you weren't getting them anyways. You fight the Rift Herald. You take Rift and you use it top. I don't know what Team was doing there. Team actually just gave us a kill there, I guess. But this is the idea, right? And then Karma's asking like, what do you want me to do? Like, do you want me to go bottom? Like, no, we need to do Rift. And in fact, I think here they should be they're getting engaged on here. But yeah, they should probably be aware that we're doing Rift Herald, so we can. There's a little bit of miscommunication, as you can see. But we are gonna pull off this lane swap play, right? So we get the Herald. I fucking use this top, right? You'll notice that I haven't done shit like in terms of money making, and Vayne is still accumulating a lot of XP and farm. But in terms of progress, we've killed their top laner. We got the Rift Herald, and we're spawning the Rift Herald top. So we're gonna get a tower, right? So this is progress where you would have gotten nothing. Oh, actually sharing XP, I guess. That's not. I mean, it's better than nothing, I guess, right? So this is called a full swap. This is full desperation. Like this is when you say. Bot is so doomed, we FF bot, we need a full swap. Everyone go Rift Herald side. It's really just bot lane plus jungle needs to go Rift Herald side because mid is mid and top is top. And then here, you can decide what to do after. Usually, everyone just bases here, right? We're not getting the second crash here, right? So everyone just bases, and then we can go and proceed to catch bot, right? Or go mid or whatever. Usually we want to we need to catch back up here somehow, right? So far, okay, Rift Herald play success. We went from level 4 to level 5.5. We're on welfare, guys. This Vayne is level 8 and I'm level 5. How do I end 13 and 3? Right? That's the question you guys must all be wondering, right? So here we can talk about decision making. Aatrox says I'm going bot. Okay, fuck. Yeah, dude. You can go. Everyone needs their own lane. So we're gonna go mid here and figure out what to do. And then you see that Karma's like dying here, so we're gonna go and pick up her lane because she's just gonna die, right? I think she's dying here. Oh, did she actually get out? No, I think she's just dying here, right? So, oh, I remember this. So you can see that Timo's not even here, actually. This is really funny. Kaiser starts channeling in front of us. But since I'm level 5, dude, this guy's unkillable, dude. have to like kite this shit out, bro. Look at this. Dude, this is actually taking 10 years to kill him. And I have to flash for it. Holy fuck, dude. This is actually doomed, right? And obviously we can't go for more. Like this is that shit is not possible. So dude, me and Son are the most useless shit ever. You see, like everything is going pretty much as you would expect. This Vayne is taking over the game. We're kind of losing everywhere because of this bot pressure. So how do we come back, right? So here, instead of going to fight bot, obviously you can't win those fights. You need to trade on the other side of the map. Is the name of the game when you guys are the ones getting dumpstered, right? You are very happy getting something when you would in fact get nothing otherwise. So for example, going to try and help Zach there is like obviously not the correct answer, but it's like same energy as staying bot and not swapping for Herald, right? So here we like try to get a play. We're not getting more than a play, so I should be basing already. I'm not really sure what I'm doing. Oh, I'm trying to get a BF sword. I'm so broke, dude. I'm actually so broke, dude. So this is what you can do with your tempo. In between waves. I can't get the next one. So here we can use an in-between move, so to speak, and just do Zach's chickens, KFC real quick. Although I think the chickens are soloing our bot lane. Look how doomed the game is. The chickens are soloing our bot lane. Our bot lane can't even do chickens almost. It's crazy. And then here is to make sure we clear these minions, we go home immediately, right? I mean, obviously you can't stay, Karma will cover. And then we'll probably go bot, depending on what Karma wants to do. It's probably bot, right? But we get the BF sword. Let's fast forward a little bit. You can see like something's happening top. Wow, some good news happened. They actually double killed. They actually won the 2v2 here, but they probably can't go for more because the whole team is on the way, right? So here, we get our own lane of farm. Let's go, baby. We can go by here because we saw that everyone started rotating top. Everything's happy here. If you're wondering if you are the one dominating and the enemy team does the Rift Herald swap on you, one of the more successful plays is instead of telling your team to just not fight the Herald and just trade everything, is to just push in bot and go fight the Herald. Right? I don't know if you know this, but that is an option I think has been very strong in solo queue. Is if you see them do this Rift Herald swap, you really won't really see this. You could just push in as the AC and go follow your team here and come to the fight last. And it'll be a 5v5 instead of a 5v4, right? So here we're getting our own lane of farm, and we're pushing ideally in this side lane. If you guys don't know how to farm side lane, you want to ideally meet this second wave around this area, or like around this area. Basically, you need to shove it into tower. You find a way to shove any wave into tower. So if you can shove this wave into tower, great, right? So that's basically the idea, okay? If you can't shove it into the tower, you can just last hit until you can shove it into tower. So in this case, we can't shove it into tower. We also can't last hit and then shove it into tower. Just fucking kill it and run, because we just died to everything, right? Here, we're going to try and attempt to cover mid in case they're trying to go for some kind of dive here, right? I think our teammates are like fighting in chat because someone died trying to defend the mid tower. But here, we're here to prevent some kind of... in case they went for a dive, because we couldn't farm the bot, we just had to give up the bot wave. It's just be like that sometimes, right? If you can prevent it, obviously get the bot wave, but there's no way. But you'll notice actually that their team is not picking up the bot wave. This is really late to it, so this is our timing to look for something. Obviously we're so weak that our timing is just me and Karma farming the wave. But this is gonna be probably one of the more important things for you guys to kind of spot here. Okay, this is a pattern, this is a theme, a motif, if you will, that occurs throughout the rest of this game. And I want you to watch this, and yeah, let's take a look. So I'm 2 levels down, right? But let's see what's happening here. Someone gets picked off by Kha'Zix in the jungle, right? Kha'Zix is just dying here. That's kind of spicy. He was kind of strong too, right? So here's the kind of theme here. Let me just give it to you right now. So the carries, right, in the mid game, when they get engaged on, it's almost always losing. Okay, what do I mean by that is, let's say we dump a bunch of damage into the fed Vayne, who's trying to farm mid, and then she gets away with flash, but she has 30% health. We're winning because their main carry has like 30% health essentially. If there's only a few carries on the enemy team or whoever team, they need to protect their resources as much as possible, right? And if they get engaged on, the premise is that their teammates cannot help because they can't carry. That's the whole idea, right? Versus if like Blitzcrank is getting engaged on mid, and the Fed Ashe is like waiting behind him, we're not going to get away with killing Blitzcrank because Fed Ashe is just going to kill everyone, right? Versus if you flip the roles, of course, if Ashe is frontlining and Blitz can't do shit, you kill Ashe and then Blitz doesn't do anything. So in this case, you see that Kha'Zix is getting engaged on, right? Even though he's really strong, he can't really do anything, so it's good. And you see, this is actually the theme here. Why is it that when we're so far behind, why am I going on Vayne here? That's the exact idea. This exact idea. If you can open on their main carry, right, and find advantage, and they continue the fight, you're gonna win, right? So if you watch this, right, we open on Vayne looking for something. It's not necessarily we're guaranteed to find something, but it is the line of winning, so to speak. Okay, if you can do significant damage, you see that tether? This tether immediately onto Vayne already forced her ulti. We're getting her resources somehow. Carries that are strong. You guys play ADC, right? When you're strong and you're being pressured by an Akali, it feels very hard to get something done, right? Because you're like, holy shit, I'm dying. I need to actually solve this Akali problem before I can even do damage to everyone else. Versus if Akali ults your Sona, you just right click Akali, dude. There's no problem, right? There's no pressure, right? So if you can pressure their main carry like this, right, then you're gonna have a good time. So if you watch this, the kind of only thing we're really paying attention to is Vayne. Let's back it up. How do we win this fight, even though they're giga far ahead? If you look at what's happening in this fight here, what's our team positioned for, right? All of us are kind of looking at Vayne here. And I know it's a 4v3, right? Team are showing top. This is Aatrox's time to come roam, which is really good. But honestly, they're like so strong, they could probably 3v4 us, right? So how do you reproduce this? Look at their main carry, and you guys are winning based off of, are we getting his resources? Okay? Are we getting enough of his resources? Mainly health. You really want the health, right? Or for him to screw up abilities, right? So if you look at this, we got his tumble, and then Zach jumped in for more, and then Vayne had no flash apparently, and then me and Aatrox came in to finish the job, right? We literally dumped everything into him. You notice, like, we don't really care about anyone else, like Thresh, whatever, like Karthus, I guess, is collateral, is whatever, right? So that's I think an important theme in many of your guys' games, especially when you guys are strong. Do not get engaged on. Okay, if you have multiple carries on the team, it is fine to be the focus of attention, right? So that your mid laner is going to carry, or your top laner is going to carry. But if you are the main carry and you get focused on in the beginning, that's what they call like ADC frontlining, meme, whatever, right? You're going to have a problem. Okay, so let's talk about this next section here. What do you do after these fights are won or lost? Well, remember that if you've been on this channel any amount of time, you know that the mantra for ADC mid game is make as much money as possible, right? So you see all this they just died mid. Okay, so where is the most money that you can get right now, right? So you just pick whatever you think is good. So I just went immediately top side, right? You see Kha'Zix is spawning in 2 seconds, go, right? We need to just kill everything over here, right? We can go bot 2, I think that's fine. It's just, you need to make a decision as fast as possible, right? And why did we get mid tower? Well, it's not very clear. It's like, can we get mid tower immediately, like now? Do they even need you? Like, are we even going to get it? Is Teemo going to defend it, right? It's a little bit unclear, right? So when it's unclear, you just need to maximize your own income, right? So you see us running straight top. I think there's an argument to say maybe you can try and snipe the blue, but I think the top wave is just more consistent, plus Kha'Zix is literally just spawned, right? And good thing they're just killing the people mid. And actually, instead of basing here, I took the wave, which is really good, right? But I think instead of basing, and when you see Kha'Zix, you can actually go for Grom, right? Assuming you're not just going to get cucked by Thresh with Mobies. Maybe Grom's a little greedy. No, actually, yeah, maybe Grom's a little greedy because you do have a buy-in base, right? So if you needed like another 100 gold to finish an item, you could probably try and greed for Grom, something like that. But here we're pathing mid, right, as a default to figure out what we need to do. Usually ADC sits mid as the safest lane, right? So here we're not quite equalized. Yeah, let's take a look at the score. Okay, so we're not quite equalized. Top is doing good. Jungle is like pretty even, if slightly losing, right? Mid is I don't know what the fuck's happening mid, to be honest. It's kind of weird how Karma's a level up here. But sure, bot lane is a big bot gap, and support is kind of a big support gap until Sona can hit her items, right? was it one more item, right? After she finishes the Archangels. So yeah, I think it's not quite out of the woods yet, but you can see how things are starting to shape up after laning phase. So, I mean, this is just the same thing, is it not? Is this, can we find an attack on their main carry is the question. What do you think, guys? Vayne is trying to hit the wave. She's the main carry besides Kha'Zix, right? What do you think? How can we dump a bunch of damage into Vayne's face? How would you guys do it? Right? You can take like a few seconds to figure it out. But I mean, I know how I would do it. I'm just gonna fucking pop out of stealth and press R, right? And W to where she's gonna tumble or something, right? So it's literally exactly that. And you can see how if that hook had hit me, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in the fact that we're not gonna kill her, but it doesn't matter in the sense of we're winning. Look at this. Look how many of her resources I have already gotten with my ulti. Right? Because we are going on the main carry. And they can't respond because the guy who would respond, the carry, is like kind of fucking dying, right? So I think it's a really important. Carry safety is really important. It's like chess, king safety, right? Is really important because you're gonna be able to leverage this into winning more. Because Vayne is low health and no way to sustain it. Like you think, play the ranking, I'm gonna sustain it. You can't hit anything here as Vayne, right? That's why getting the carry's resources is really important. I mean, she just ends up dying, which is kind of funny, considering how far she was literally like 3,000 gold ahead, right? Like I'm not even joking. She's actually like 3,000 gold ahead, right? Yeah, she just dies because she's not being careful. So this is how you punish, right? Carries, and then of course it leads into more because their whole team starts collapsing without without their extra champion. I mean, it's just a straight up 4v3, is it not, right? So then we end up getting the Rift Herald, which is really nice. And then again, you know, where do you need to go to make money? We need to go top here, right? Instead of jerking off the Rift Herald, I'm pretty sure, right? So here you should in fact go top and make as much money as possible. I think there's an inaccuracy to go mid here, right? Because although we are getting the mid tower, they don't need you. They need you. We don't need the mid tower to win the game. We need to make money so we can carry, so we ourselves can become a carry, right? So I think this is actually an accuracy. You do not go mid here. You go top, right? You need to do the kind of figure out, does your team need you? Okay, let's say imagine you've won the fight and your team wants mid tower. Do they need you to get it? Right? If the answer is no, you go fucking farm something. And the same thing with dragon. Let's say you ace them. Do they need you on the dragon? If the answer is no, go more, right? Get more stuff, right? Go get farm. Oh, this is great. Okay, so I'm telling you, this is like a theme in this game, right? I'm just looking at Vayne all the time. I'm just looking at their main carries all the time, right? And of course, you can talk about like, you know, the people who are not the main carries, they have tools to kill carries like hook and lantern and that kind of stuff, flash flay box, whatever. But I think the main theme in this game is really just what are these carries doing, right? What is Vayne and Kha'Zix doing, right? So you just notice here that what's the instinct here based on what we've been talking about today. If you can do meaningful damage to the main carry, you should look for it, right? So in this case, Summer's a proc out of stealth. She's like 60% health. Do you think you can do meaningful damage to her? Is a question. What do you guys think? You can take some time to think about it, right? I want you to predict what's going to happen here, right? And I think it's kind of cheating because I'm kind of leading you into this idea that hitting the carry is always going to be winning. I want to show you this example because, you know, it's a little bit suspect, right? We hit the Vayne here, right? And Kha'Zix is running at us. So the question is, how do we know it's winning, right? We didn't really calculate everything out, so to speak. I didn't think, I don't know, Aatrox is TPing, Teemo's top, whatever. It's just that if the fight continues and their carries are dying, we're winning, right? That's basically the premise. I'm not necessarily a big carry here. I'm just like a feeder here. I'm just an inter here. Zac is really our big boy carry at this point, I think. Zac and Aatrox, right? So I think it's a big thing to kind of recognize here. This pattern to recognize here is if I had not done that, they would not have been baited into the tower and died, right? So how can you reproduce that? And that comes from step one, which is, does it look like you can pressure their main carries? Okay. And you guys are kind of seeing my secret tech here. My Stormrazor, I've not made a video on this, but Stormrazor PTA Twitch is kind of Smurf. I mean, we can take a look here as like a little quick break here. But I like an 80% win rate on Rin doing this shit. Kind of disgusting. The build looks disgusting, I'm not gonna lie. like ugly, but I mean it's working, so I mean probably make a video later. But okay, let's talk about this. Okay, so this is one of those, you know, everyone's dead, what do? Here we just go top here. We can talk about like macro ideas, but obviously it's just where can you go to make the most money. We can just talk about this real quick. Karma probably should go top, and I should go bot here because the next objective is dragon. We can see like the first to move was me, so it's my job to make sure the land assignments are not are as accurate as possible, is a good way to put it, right? Dragon spawning, you want to be near the objective as the ADC, right? Because you can't really move. Karma's got TP, so you would rather have her go top. But all I saw was this fat wave, and I was like, I need to get this. So yeah, another inaccuracy by me in the mid game. You're seeing that even though, you know, the thought process is there are a lot of ways to make it better, right? Like, oh, can we get more? Or am I at the right place at the right time? Or does my team need me, right? I could get even more farm here, in fact, in this game, right? So here we end up basing and going towards dragon. It's probably, we can talk about dragon ideas too. Usually the team that gets there and sets up at least 30 seconds beforehand. So you need a base when it's like 1 minute to spawn. You need to set up and, you know, do one more mid push, mid prowl, bot prowl, whatever, and then you can do dragon, right? The team that sets up is going to win. Right, so if I base now, obviously we're not going to be there in time, right? So they're going to get this dragon for sure, right? That's the idea. Also, we have no main cooldowns, like Sun ulti is really important here. So they're fighting here. The thing, remember, what's the thing to note here? Okay, what's Vayne doing? What's Vayne doing? Okay, looks like Vayne is not being pressured. Okay, guys, we have a problem, guys. We need to run. We need to run. Stop. We like backping them is not happening, right? So that's really important to pay attention to their main carries, because if you don't and you think you're like killing other people like Kha'Zix or whatever, then of course you guys are gonna get cleaned up. The janitor is gonna show up and kill everyone, right? So here, we for some reason we think we can't push mid, so I'm just doing wolves. Probably could push mid, to be quite honest, since they were at the dragon, right? Oh, let's talk about this. This is another macro idea. Okay, so you can see that they're positioning bot here, right? They're playing for bot here, and the instant you see that they're committed, commitment means you see the jungler basically. That's how you know the enemy team is committing to. They're actually doing this. The jungler is showing up and using his time to do this, right? Then you have two choices. You either go help immediately. This has to work, by the way, or UFF. If you go help immediately and you guys all die, it's really bad. Or you attack somewhere else. Mid, top. This is the classic where you see them go bot and you guys go dive top, right? That's like splitting the map in a way. But in this case, you can attack basically as soon as possible, attack the other side, right? As soon as possible, attack the other side, right? So this is just how you know what you're looking for here. You just see that they've committed, so you just need to find anyone here. Instead, just immediately open up ulti. We just fight, guys. We just need to fight, right? And of course, we're just gonna kill them because we're 3v2. And then once we fought, you have to check the map again to see what's happening, right? So you can see, we go back up 10 seconds, but you can see as we're fighting this, and they figure that we're fighting here, they're on the way. They stopped ganking bot, right? So they're like, okay, we need to back out. And remember, what is the theme of this video? Is to pay attention to the enemy's carries, right? ADC is really an arms race between you and the other carries, right? So coming back in the mid game is how can you cuck them from making money and also get as much money yourself as possible, okay? So if you look at this, I mean, obviously, what do you think we're gonna do here, guys? I mean, we've been doing it all game, right? We're gonna look at Vayne. Look at Vayne, guys. I mean, this is not the most obvious like solution, right? I mean, he just instantly dies, right? It's even better if the ADC is fed because you just kill them, aim them out, and then this is irrelevant. This is just clean up, right click, right? You don't really need to like learn. I mean, you guys can just do this. It's not particularly hard. You just hit them. Also, actually, Kha'Zix is Houdini here. It's crazy. Might have flashed over the wall, jumped over the wall, went invisible, went to the bush, jumped over. That's my guess. Otherwise, he's just a magician. So here, same thing. Where do you go to make money, right? It's up to you guys to figure out, right? You just take your time to think about it, right? Don't say bot. Why not bot? Kha'Zix is gonna kill you, right? So can we go mid? You can try, right? So what about base into top side? Okay, that's probably what we're gonna do, right? So it's very much decision making in terms of how we can make money. I don't know why I'm wasting so much time here. I think I'm just not even basing. I should base here because I have an item, right? Oh, I'm doing scuttle. Wow, this is a little bit greedy. not base, but they're all dead on the they're not on this side of the map. So maybe it's not the worst in the world. Oh, I'm honestly so far behind. This is fine. Fuck it. Look, it's an arms race, right? So even though you could have based for an item, we're like giga desperate in a sense, right? And if we can get away with this, we're gonna get away with this. Oh, you see that Aatrox died going bot actually. Yeah, Kha'Zix was in fact there. He's going to heal up off the camps, right? So this is actually, you know what? Fuck it. This is actually pretty good. I would say even if you have a base, this is actually, yeah, actually let's talk about this. Yeah, even if you have a base in the mid game, if you spawn opportunity to just make like a lot more money being like full waves, full camps, and there's no way they can stop you, you should probably take that opportunity, unless it's preventing you from doing like soul point or baron or that kind of stuff, right? I think I actually agree with this more than what my initial thoughts, which were just base for static, because I would lose this wave top here, right? So yeah, actually I take that back. We need to go make money. It really just boils down to, you need to know the idea that you need to make money and methods to make money. And you'll notice that in all these fights, we've been, as a team, looking at their main carries. Remember, she was 3 levels up, 3,000 gold on us. Blade the Ring King, Rage Blade to my Storm Razor. That's 3,000 gold, dude. That's 3,000 gold. And now I'm a level up, right? Now I'm the one who's a level up, right? I think it's very telling for ADCs. If you somehow find yourself winning lane and you are losing resources to you're losing the nuclear arms race, the Cold War, the enemy ADC, you're probably doing something wrong. Okay, you need to go fix that ASAP, because this is going to be your most consistent way to carry games, is to get these items so that you can become a big bad carry and then carry these team fights when they break out, right? And not get targeted at the beginning of them, because that's how you guys lose the game, right? That's how you lose the fights. So here we just do red. We just look mid. I mean, I think you guys know what we're looking for here, right? Looking for a nice juicy vein. Oh, yep, here we go. If we find her, we just immediately hit probably, right? Oh, okay, hello. We found a different carry, right? Oh my god, he's just running at me. Is that allowed? Nope, don't think so. You see that? I mean, they'll even go crazy, dude. So yeah, that's interesting. So using the 2 carries are still Kha'Zix and Vayne, right? I don't know what we're doing here. It's actually a little bit questionable. Oh, actually, no. This is actually not questionable. Sorry. I lost my train of thought. Kha'Zix is 1 HP, right? So we're trying to force it with team on top. Yeah. We're actually gonna force this. Fight anything. We're actually gonna fight anything. So this Zac jump here is automatically winning, because we have literally 5 people and they have 3, right? So you can just kill this Thresh here. I mean, yeah, I didn't want to ulti that because I want to save it for Vayne or Kha'Zix, right? Kha'Zix here right now. I mean, you know what we're gonna do in 2 seconds, right? We're just gonna stealth and go on Vayne. I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? Stealth, hit the closest guy, sure, do whatever. Stealth, look for Vayne. Like, you guys kind of get the idea, right? It's almost like a Twitch thing also as well. Look at this. Look at this. Open on the carries to look for something is winning. It's winning, right? It's not like I'm calculating. I'm like calculating damage and shit. No. I know that aiming the carry and getting a significant amount of health is winning, because they need that health to carry the fight. They actually need that health to carry the fight. There are notable exceptions to this, like Draven with Bloodthirster, and like you guys have seen that Death Stands Bloodthirster, and they heal up their full health bar in an auto attack. Then trading your ulti for a bunch of their health is probably not going to work, right? But that's a core concept I think in this video. Look at this. Like, just watch this again. Just watch how insane this is, right? This is how they actually lose their minds and try and kill me too. Look at this. Like, paying attention to their positioning will net you potential opportunities to punish. Okay, and this is like, what is this, GM or something, right? Like low elo, sure, but I think a lot of you guys will find that many players across all elos will fall into this trap of not being safe enough, so they're getting engaged on, right? There's a fine line between baiting an engage as a main carry and losing too many resources getting engaged on. And I think in season 10, if you're the ADC, usually you're just losing too many resources if you're getting engaged on, right? I don't really know what they're doing here, but it's pretty clear to me that they're not stealing this without a jungler, right? I think they're just I think their mental is boom here. They're just gonna die here. But yeah, that's basically the meat of the video, essentially. Okay, the theme of the theme of looking at the main carries to see if you can punish, and win it or lose a fight, you need to go and find out if you can make a shit ton of money somewhere, right? And then lastly, if you didn't know, you can do the Rift Herald full swap if you're giga desperate and you have like a Sona or something, right? So you can take a look at the scoreboard now, and you can see that I mean, I pressed tab here for sure. Yeah, okay, look at, oh my god, who's winning now, guys? We're winning. It's been 23 minutes and we saved some giga doomed game. It's honestly looking like an FF, right? Until that Rift Herald swap started things going in the right direction. So they're gonna desperate do dragon. I mean, they have no thresh. It doesn't matter if they get it, we just ace them and end mid, right? So what do you need to look at here is Vayne again. So if you look at this, just be patient, right? We're looking at Vayne. Just wait until we can maximize our damage on her. Just walk up on her, and she tumbles, and I ulti, and it's just a win, right? So it's pretty simple, okay? And when you're playing like ADCs that are not Twitch, right? You're like, oh, maybe it's like just a Twitch video. Then it's more like you're like, let's say you're playing Ashe or something. You're holding on to your arrow. See if you can engage on the main carry, right? In the middle of a team fight, right? You need to get their resources, right? Let's say you're playing like Senna, same thing with W and ulti and Q or whatever, right? Okay, maybe Senna's not a good example. People don't play Senna. Maybe Jhin, you'll hold W for main carry, right? What else are you guys playing nowadays? I don't know. Everyone plays some weird shit. And like, I think most of my viewers are gold. I actually, hold up. Comment what your comments. Someone comment what their rank is, and then comment like that rank if you're at that rank. So someone say like gold, and then if like 500 people like gold, I'll know that 500 people who watch this video are gold. Okay, so I'm curious. Okay, curious to see what rank you guys are. But yeah, you guys play some weird shit, I think. But it doesn't matter what you're playing because the concept's the same, right? Oh, I'm going for some spicy player. This doesn't work, right? It's not, unless it could work, but we should probably just wait for the minions, right? Because like remember, if we're going on a non-carry like this, and then Thresh hooks and lanterns in Vayne, we might have a problem, right? Or lanterns in Kha'Zix, right? So I hope it better be winning if you are engaging on a non-carry. It better be free, so to speak. Okay, think about it this way. You need to get away with it. You need to get away with murder if you're going on like non-carries. If you're committing many abilities to non-carries. I hit the blast cone there just in case some funky things happen. So this is like getting away with murder, right? There's no way this Thresh is there's no way we're gonna lose killing this Thresh, right? Here we just dive in, like you just can't win at this point, I think, right? But yeah, this is pretty much how you guys can come back. So let me know if you guys like this kind of video. I think that maybe these kinds of one replay videos are more helpful for some people because they like to see a full example from start to finish instead of like the multi-clip from different games kind of idea. Oh, this is a nice lineup. That was cute. We're just messing around, I guess, at this point. I mean, we're just trying to end, I guess. But yeah, it's just we just win now, I guess, huh? But yeah, I might make a video about this Twitch build if you guys ask nicely. Or maybe it's just my secret pick. Guys, don't if you guys are playing this, don't expose it, okay? Just quietly get your free low for end of season climbing. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something actionable. If you guys did learn something, like oh, I should be making money in the mid game, I urge you to come up with a way to put that into gameplay. Yeah, let's go over like review shit. Actually, yeah, let's do last words and reviews. So what I mean by put it into gameplay. So let's say maybe you know the idea is I need to make money in the mid game, right? But you don't know how to do it. You know you should do it, but you don't know how. Then it comes down to there are a few ways you can go about it. One, don't reinvent the wheel. Figure out how I did it. So let's take a look at an example where I maximize my income. So let's take a look at this, right? So here you could say, okay, he went top here instead of like wherever. Why is that? Every time I come out of base, what am I doing? I'm coming out of base. I'm looking for what lane I can go to, right? That would be like a something you can do in terms of putting it into your gameplay. So you can say like every time you come out of base, look to go figure out which lane you need to go to based on where your carries are, right? And then since you see me make this mistake, I didn't go to dragon. So for me, I'm like, okay, how do I improve on this? After you figure out what lane you need to go to, also take in consideration which objective is up and does anyone in your team have TP so they can go to the long lane, the far lane? Right? That's like an example. Here's another example, okay? Let's just do one more for you guys here. Let's fast forward here. Let's fast forward here. And sorry if you guys are being blinded by my fast forwarding. Let's say you saw this and you're like, oh my god, he didn't stay to hit the tower after he killed everyone. He wanted to get the top wave instead. Then you say, okay, what did he do here? Okay, he just won a fight. Okay, that's what I would be thinking. He just won a fight. And then he went to go get top. Okay, how the fuck did he go from winning the fight to going top immediately, right? So you could say every time you win a fight, look to see where you can go maximize your income without dying, right? That's exactly what I used after watching Uzi farm like 6 million, so much money in the mid game. It's insane. Like his whole team dies bot, like down here, he just farms mid wave, all 3 camps, top wave, go home. It's crazy, okay? That's how I figured. That's how I study other people's replays and try and put it into my own gameplay, okay? So use the formula of every time I do X in game, insert my new habit that I want to work on. Yeah, that's just to give you guys an idea of something to work on. If you're not sure how to put this into gameplay, this is a good starting point. If not a good method to put it into gameplay. Okay, so yeah, let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed. I am gonna try and go to bed again. It's oh my gosh, baby, it's 5 a.m. It's 5 a.m. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later, and watch me on stream if you don't already. Twitch.tv/xFSN Saber. Bye bye.